Hello everyone, it's Betsy. I wanted to share this book with you I made and tell you a little bit about it rather than put it just to music this time. I started with some papers that I bought at Michael's and Tim Holtz papers and some papers that I found on Etsy. And they were such beautiful papers, they inspired me, and I decided I had to make a book with them. So I made a mini album with chipboard and about a 3-inch spine, and I painted the covers with black and metallic purple paint. Used some washi tape that was made to look like a spider web on the hinges. And that's how I started. And I found in my stash an old black shoe button, and I put that there thinking that maybe I'd use it as a clasp, but it just went so well with the paper I thought I had to put it there. And I highlighted it with the same purple metallic paint, so it blended in well. This is a place to dedicate the book to someone or write your name. And this paper I got from the Etsy seller. Her name is Kara, and I will link her shop below. And this says, "A Love Story." This was a Martha Stewart coaster that I decoupaged and painted and added one of Edgar Allan Poe's poem. From childhood's hour, I have not been as other were. I have not seen as other saw. And all I loved alone. We loved with a love that was more than love. And so began young and dipped in folly, I fell in love with melancholy. Poe was a melancholy man. He at times said he was insane, and so sorrowful. But I believe that he did have one true love, and her name was Virginia Eliza Clem. He met her when she was just 7 years old when he went to live with her family in Virginia. And at that time, she would deliver messages to a woman down the street that he had a crush on. And she was very endearing to him, I guess, because of that. And sadly, her parents were very poor, and her siblings died, I don't know from what, but when she turned 13, Poe asked her parents if he could marry her, and if they said yes, then he would get them a home in Richmond, Virginia, and take care of Virginia. Well, they agreed to it, and he was 27 at the time. Some say that their marriage was never consummated. Many rolled their eyes, and no one really will never know the truth. Some thought he waited until she was at least 16. Who knows? Only Virginia and Poe. These little butterflies that you see and these pretty papers are all from Kara and her Etsy shop. Little journal cards throughout. This beautiful trim I had in my stash. It's a belly band. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Another belly band, little typewriters that no doubt Poe used to write his many poems and stories. You haunt my dreams. Little raven sticker. Found that at Michael's, full of pretty stickers. And all these colors matched my paper so well. More from Kara. This acrylic paper was from Tim Holtz's Halloween paper pad. And I had these purple envelopes, so those were used in the journal for pockets. And of course a little sparkly spider. Some more journal cards. Places for little pictures. Love notes. This is a flip-up page. I became insane with long intervals of horrible sanity. I think he wrote that when Virginia was very sick in her early 20s, and they say it was either tuberculosis or consumption. This is another flip out. You bewitch me, body and soul. This would be a nice place for a photo. There's a magnet there. More journaling. Some ravens. And his famous poem, Annabel Lee. Also Kara's paper. Another butterfly. They glittered. I will never leave you. That's Kara's paper. And this paper came from a paper packet also from Michael's. Can't remember the name of that one. It says The Lovers. And that's a nice little belly band there. You could slip another picture under. Another quote from Poe and more of Kara's paper. See how beautiful that is. A little postcard. A little journaling spot. Another journal card. And these were from Stamperia papers. And actually this came from a set of papers for a wedding. They're beautiful papers. Another journaling card. Sorry about the dog snoring in the background. So you can see where these envelopes provided lots of pockets for me. Some pretty velvet ribbon for a little bookmark. This rose was from Kara. And I made it into a little magnet. Just thought it was pretty there. Another card. There's Virginia again. I think she was so beautiful. And I think she truly loved Poe. She wrote a love poem to him that I need to put in here as well. She was so pretty in all her pictures. And she says here 1823 to 1847, which would have made her 24. Such a short life. Very sad. More Kara's paper. Another rose magnet that I made with glitter. And a little image from Paper Whimsy. If you're not familiar with that, that's a great online shop for images. I covered my little magnets with some little roses. And this says, "You are the dearest to my heart." Another picture of Poe. It says, I felt that I breathed an atmosphere of sorrow. And I made a little mini book, and this is Kara's paper, and I just glittered it, put a little pink ribbon on it, and inside I used mulberry paper, which is pink and very pretty textured paper. As you can tell, I love pretty papers. Sorry about the dogs. And here's the raven. So well known Poe is for that poem, but he wrote many, many more poems. And I added a little tab at the top that said spirits. As I was making this journal, I felt like spirits were swirling around me and many times guiding me. I truly did. Now this picture is not of Virginia. This is Elizabeth. She was someone that also was a poet during Poe's time, and she fell in love with Poe, but he loathed her. He wanted nothing much to do with her. He did take some of her poems and letters and edited some, and there was quite a story about that. I won't get into it now, but I did find this quote on one of the websites. It said, on her deathbed, Virginia claimed that Elizabeth had killed her. Who knows how true that is? I don't know. But I put a little clip here that said a little drop of poison. And it's a magnet and flips up. All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. Another popular quote of Poe's. More paper from Kara. Another butterfly magnet. Glitter. I just love those. And I made a little bookmark that says with all my heart and soul, which I try to put into in my journals. And it says, you are a rare oddity. This is from an old Graphics 45 kit. It's a chipboard tag. And on the back, I painted it with orange and fuchsia, and it says Poe. Another rose that I fussy cut and put there. And this is, again, that acrylic spider paper that I put on other regular spider web paper with Virginia's portrait, and I collaged a clock over her face and the words "Forget Me Not." And another quote from Poe. All suffering originates from craving, from attachment, from desire. A lot of truth in that, I think. What do you think? And this particular label was from the front of another paper pad that I had, Arsenic and Lace. And I believe I got that from Target last year when it was on sale. And I just decoupaged it and put it on a thicker piece of paper on the back, and added a night to remember at the bottom. Put a little glitter on it, blended in some fuchsia, very soft fuchsia. And this is a little booklet again that I put in with a little elastic band to hold it in there. And I used Kara's paper of the Masked Girl, and I printed it onto some black, canvas paper. It was actually white, and I painted it black. And I put a little bit of washi tape over the spine and a little bit of spider washi tape, and just added a little, again, some fuchsia over it, blend it all. And it's just coffee dye little tissue papers inside. And little notes could be put on there, or stickers, or whatever. This was mulberry paper, and I paint it. So that goes under there, and here's another quote. I do believe God gave me a spark of genius, but he quenched it in misery. What a sad quote, huh? Poor Poe. So I'll fix that a little bit later so you don't have to wait. And then at the end, this was just a picture that I printed out from his actual tombstone that's in Baltimore. And there's a raven on top that says, "Quoth the raven nevermore, original burial place of Edgar Allan Poe." And I just made a little cutout there so I'd have a little pocket to put the rest in peace card. And on the back is another quote from Poe that's very hard to read, but I kind of liked it that way, because it says, "The boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where one ends and where the other begins?" And at the very end, I just wanted to end it on a happy note, because it's such a gloomy thing. But Poe himself was gloomy. I mean, I think he had a very interesting life, but a very sad one too. And if you ever get a chance, you might want to look him up and read about him and some of the women in his life. But the one, again, that appealed to me the most and that I think was truly his deepest love was Virginia. So happy Halloween, and enjoy the bubbly as Poe did. And at the bottom, I think this is a great quote. "The scariest monsters are the ones that lurk within our souls." Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.